What do I make my family for dinner that's healthy, simple, and flavorful? That isn't beef, that isn't chicken or pork. Well, this has been a question that's been going on long before the pandemic hit, folks. Well, how about fish? Specifically, cod. Very nice fish there. Okay, smells wonderful, but also you want to test your fish for freshness. So you put your finger there, and if it bounces somewhat back, that's a good sign. You don't want the indentation of your finger to stay in the fish completely, because that kind of lets you know that maybe it's a little old. For today's recipe, what you're going to need are the following items. Fresh lemon, some pepperzini peppers. These are the items that I found in the fridge that weren't originally in the recipe, but I'm going to add them because they add a little kick to your dish. And this is a muffaletta mix. It's really good. It's got a variety, a couple of different types of olives and carrots and whatnot. So if you've ever had a muffaletta sandwich, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This stuff is awesome. We also have some capers, marinara sauce, salt and pepper, and last, of course, olive oil. Now, as always, the first thing we want to do before we start cooking is wash our hands. So we're going to take our fish and we're going to put it right in here inside the dish here, the glass dish. And if it's a little too big, you can always take your knife and just cut your little piece off like that and set it right in there. We want to take our olive oil and just put it gently over it like that. Okay, nice little coating. There you go, nice and easy. We're going to take our peppercorns. You can use peppercorns, you can use regular brown black pepper. It's really up to you, but I really love, and this is a melange peppercorns. It has your green, your pink, your black and whatnot. So this is a very good mixture of peppercorns. And also your salt. Now again, we don't like a lot of salt, so I'm not going to put too much salt on there, just enough. And now we're going to take our muffaletta mix. We're going to take it here, take a spoon of that, and just kind of spread it over the top there. Okay. And I like doing this because, again, this is not a, teaspoon of this, tablespoon of that. It reminds me of that movie. If you've ever seen it, if not, it's a wonderful movie. You should watch it. It's called The 100-Foot Journey. And there's a line in there where the man tells the lady, if you have spices, don't spread it on, spoon it in. Make it flavorful. Okay, now we're going to do the same with our capers. Okay, just take you some capers, you spread it over there. Okay, capers add a nice little pungent flavor to it, so we want to get that in once we get everything set and ready to go. All right, we're going to take our lemon and just cut it right there like that. And we want to squeeze some fresh lemon juice into our dish here like this. Just give it a squeeze. About a half a lemon would do fine for this size of fish. There we go. Okay, that'll work nicely. All right, next is our pepperzinis. All right, so you can either put them in whole, which I'll probably do. Why not? Let's throw them in whole. Yeah, there we go. All right, you throw them in whole like that. One more, just for good measure. We're gonna pour the marinara sauce over the fish entirely and coat it like that. Okay. All right, there we go. Pour it over just like that. Okay. All right, so There's a little sauce left in the jar, as you can tell, so you always want to, sometimes if you have white wine, you can use white wine, but use some water if you like as well. I don't have any white wine at the time, so right now we're going to go ahead and just use water and just pour it in there like that. Okay, get your fish nice and coated. All right, so there we go. Doesn't that look yummy? And trust me, when this comes out, it's going to be fantastic. Your family will love it. Cod is a wonderful fish to cook with because it's a flaky fish and it's a very mild fish, and it pretty much takes in whatever flavor of components and ingredients you put in it. Okay, so that's going to go in our oven just like that. So I've got the oven set at 350 degrees, and I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for, let's say, 40 minutes. Okay, we'll check it in 40 minutes. Mainly because cod, it's a very flaky, mild fish, and it's pretty thick, so we want to make sure it's nice and cooked, and you want all those flavors that we just put into it to absorb into the fish, right? And you can also make rice. I'll probably make some rice a little bit later on to go with this dish, or potatoes, mashed potatoes, whatever you like, and a vegetable if you like. So now, while the cod is cooking, I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about cooking. The series of cooking that I'm going to be putting out in future videos are very basic and simple for you. Easy to understand. I don't like making things too complicated in the kitchen because cooking should be about fun and enjoying. Remember when you were a kid and you looked up in the clouds and you saw animals or different shapes of whatever, and you drew something or built something out of nothing? That's what cooking's about. It's about making something out of things that you have in the fridge or whatever comes to your mind. You have to reach that inner child. You have to reach deep inside and bring out that imagination and creativity that you have inside you. We all have it. You have it. I promise you do. And don't let the fear of cooking intimidate you. It's really not that hard. We all know the kitchen is the heart of a home. Okay, and you know your family better than anybody. You know what they love to eat. You know what flavors they love. So put that in your food. Once you get rid and shed that fear, trust me, the sky's the limit. You'll do wonderful because you'll put the love that you have for your family into your food, and that will make any dish taste spectacular. Our fish has come out of the oven and it looks fantastic. Let me bring you over here so you can take a look. Look at that. Doesn't that look wonderful, folks? Nice and flavorful with that nice white fish and whatnot. So now, of course, we have our tasting spoon. So we're gonna go ahead and take a little bit right here. Okay, off the ends there, and nice, full of flavor. Wow. You get all those flavors, the olive, the marinara sauce, all of it came together very nice. So the reason we use cod today is because I know typically it's used for fish and chips, but this is a nice alternative. It's a good way to bring out the full flavor of the fish itself without having the batter and the fried, whatnot. And cod also has a lot of great health benefits. It's high in lean protein, has B vitamins, and is rich in phosphorus and selenium. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Martin, what's selenium? Well, selenium is, it helps make and protect your DNA. And if you want, you can look it up. There's a lot more health benefits that help prevent certain types of cancers and whatnot. And of course, going back to phosphorus, phosphorus is good in promoting healthy teeth and bones. So I hope you've enjoyed today's recipe. Please leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, until next time, have a flavorful day, y'all.